we talk about obesity all the time. Some people call it a disease. Have a listen to this from last night on The Pledge.
Couple of points. Obesity isn't a disease. Is it an addiction? Someone
No,
who...
I don't think it's that either.
So you don't think someone who...
I think it's a convenient excuse.
You don't think someone who just absolutely adores fried chicken and fish and chips and whatever else it might be, he, she is not addicted to it?
No. I think if we don't want to talk about genetics and a predisposition, interestingly, I had a DNA test done last week, and interestingly, I am predisposed to obesity, but in a way that is...
Do you mind my asking if your parents were heavy? You don't have to answer this.
No, my mother wasn't. My dad was a bit like me,
right.
But my DNA says while I'm predisposed to overweight, that only counts for 20% of what actually happens to me. 80% of what happens in my body is down to me.
Right.
So what it means is I metabolize food a bit more slowly than, say, you do or you do.
OK, so basically what Carol Malone is saying is that obesity, we call it a disease in some cases. It isn't. She says it's about how much we put in our mouths and how much exercise we get.
OK, there's truth to all of those. So as a specialist in this area, this is what I see with my patients. The sad fact is there is a responsibility element. In the beginning, you've got a predisposition. There is genetic factors, which is going to mean that some people, for whatever reasons, whether it's the baby star, whether it's the baby weight, whether it's pregnancy of the mother, all of those factors, yes, we know they have an effect. However, there is a lifestyle component at that point in the early stages which is going to override. So your choices in the beginning are the most important. But once you get to that obese stage, sadly then, you are in a disease state. Once you're in the place of obesity, things change. Again, your hormone cycles, your receptor sites, your insulin responses, all the checks and balances that the body has start to set themselves at a different level. It becomes really hard for the obese to lose weight once they are there. They're in an inflammatory state. Then you've got the other factors. They're in a catch-22. They're heavy. It's putting pressure on their joints. We say exercise, they damage their joints. They then can't move. So they are then in a difficult situation, and that's when it becomes really hard to unlock that and get them back out of it. So sadly, it is a case of, yes, there's choices to be made that get you there, but once you're there, it does become hard to get out of it.
It does become a disease. Nicole, that's fascinating, actually, really interesting. Good to talk to you. Thank you very much.